Jungkook later कहते हैं we don't have much time. Jungkook कहते हैं rush to the bakery department which was 3 rooms away from the main kitchen. The bakery was placed far from the room to maintain. They quickly rolled up their sleeves and got to work. They carefully measured the ingredients and mixed them together, creating a smooth batter. Jungkook kept giving suggestions and checking if everything was perfect. Even though they had baked many cakes before, this was different. It was for an important event and he was nervous. They filled the cake pan with the batter and placed them in the oven. Then they prepared 2 more and put them in a separate oven to make sure there was a backup. Taekook smiled. The batter looked perfect. You did great. Now can we make the chocolate sauce? Taehoon nodded. Yes, let me melt the chocolate. Taehoon carefully melted the chocolate, stirring it to remove all lumps. He was so focused that he didn't notice Jungkook coming up behind him. Suddenly, Jungkook placed his hand over Taehoon, guiding his movement. Jungkook supplied him, "You have to be gentle. I know you are nervous and we have less time, but if you rush it, might ruin everything. We don't so far." Taehoon turned his head slightly to respond, but frozen. They were too close. If either of them moved even a little bit, Taehoon swallowed hard and slowly moved his hand away. Jungkook, still standing behind him, placed his hand beside Taehoon's waist, completely surrounding him. Jungkook whispering near Taehoon's ear, "Move the spatula like this. Slowly, slowly. Mix it gently." His voice was deep, calm, and almost every word sent a shiver down Taehoon's spine. Jungkook didn't even realize when his lip brushed against Taehoon's earbud. A small gasp escaped Taehoon's lips. Taehoon breathless. Jungkook suddenly stiffened. Something about the way Taehoon said his name made Jungkook feel strange, like he was caught in a dream for a few seconds. His mind wandered somewhere it shouldn't have. Jungkook thinking to himself, "What am I doing? He is my husband. This is wrong. Did I just his?" Taehoon suddenly spoke, snapping out of his thought. Jungkook, are you even listen? Look at the cake, please." Jungkook blinked quickly, stepping back. His face felt hard. For the next few minutes, both of them walked in silence. The air between them was thick with unspoken words. Once the cake was done baking, they carefully took them out and started decorating. Finally, it was time of the most difficult part, placing the mark. Taehoon picked up the hot melted step and pressed it carefully onto the cake, leaving the signature design. The cake looked perfect. Taehoon started at it, feeling overwhelming. He had never imagined he could do something this important. A bright smile spread across his face. Taehoon exactly, Jungkook. I did it. And before Jungkook could react, Taehoon turned to him and hugged him tightly. Taehoon laughing with joy. "I really did it, Jungkook. We did it." Jungkook stood frozen for a second before slowly wrapping his arms around Taehoon. Smiled softly. Jungkook gently, "Yes, Taehoon, you did it." Taehoon gently, "Yes, Taehoon, you did it." But before they could say anything more, a voice interrupted them menacingly. "Taehoon, what are you guys doing?" Taehoon and Jungkook frozen in place. Taehoon quickly pulled away from Jungkook and rushed to Minho, wrapped his arms around him instantly. Taehoon cheerfully, "Baby, look at the cake and did it." Minho glanced at cake, his expression softening. Minho nodding, "It's fantastic, good job." Then his eyes flickered towards Jungkook. "Minho, Jungkook, take the cake outside. It's almost midnight." Jungkook, "Yes, Minho." Jungkook carefully lifted the cake and walked out, but he could Feel the tension between Minho and Taehyung leaning in the air. As soon as Jungkook let Minho turn to Taehyung, his eyes fixed Minho quickly. Why did you hug him? Taehyung blinked, caught off guard. Taehyung frowned. I was happy. I didn't even realize when I hugged him. Minho started running a hand through his hair. Minho, you know how I feel when I see you with someone else. Taehyung's shoulder tensed. Taehyung softly, Minho, are you doubting me? Minho immediately shook his head. Minho, no, never. You and Jungkook are the people I have trusted the most. Even if God himself told me you were cheating, I wouldn't believe it. Look at him, his heart warming at those words. Minho quickly, but I do get jealous. I can't help it when I see you close to someone else. Sign his voice carrying a hint of sadness. Minho, I have to hug other because you are always away from me. Minho didn't respond right away. He just looked at Taehyung, his eyes searching for something in his expression. Meanwhile, Jungkook had just handed a cake to the manager when he suddenly remembered something. Jungkook, I forgot my watch in bakery. He turned on his heel and made his way back. As he reached the bakery, he paused, opened the door, and stepped inside. The lights were still on. He grabbed his watch from the counter and was about to leave when he heard voice. He frozen. Minho and Taehyung were still there. Jungkook stayed hidden behind a shelf, not wanting to but unable to move away. Minho was speaking softly to Taehyung, a playful smile on his lips. Minho teasingly, you really look so happy today. It suits you, Taehyung. His voice light. Taehyung smiled. Of course, it's a big moment for me. Minho leaned in closer, blushing, stared of her his hair away from Taehyung's face. Minho, then I guess you deserve this. Before Taehyung could react, Minho pressed a soft kiss on his cheeks. Taehyung eyes widened in surprise. Taehyung blinking. Minho, what was that? Minho smiled. Minho playfully, because I wanted to. From his hiding spot, Jungkook breathed caught in his throat, but from his angle, it looked different to Jungkook. It seems like Minho had just Taehyung on the leg. Jungkook clenched his feet. Something inside was twisted painfully. His heart felt heavy. No, no, gently, baby. I need to go. It's almost midnight. Taehyung nodded and watched as Minho walked away. He took a deep breath, still feeling the warmth of Minho on his cheeks. As he stepped out of the room, he noticed something unusual. Jungkook. He was sitting alone in the dark bakery, his eyes resting on his knee, his head slightly titled down, hit the dim light from outside barely his face. They took a hesitated step forward, and that's when their eyes met. The air between them grew heavy. Jungkook's gaze on him was unavailable. His dark eyes held on emotion. They couldn't quite understand. It was as if Jungkook had just caught someone betraying him. As he looked back at Jungkook with the same misstated expression as if he had just been caught doing something he shouldn't have. Neither spoke for a long moment. Finally, Jungkook broke the silence, his voice barely above a whisper. Jungkook to himself, how can I feel this way? Taehyung hand clenched at his side. Taehyung softly, Jungkook. Jogging inhaled sharply, focused himself to think logically. Jungkook internally, Minho is my brother. Taehyung is his husband. There's nothing wrong with them. Then why did it feel like something inside me? Jungkook shut his eyes for a moment, tried to steady himself. Jungkook whispered to himself, I don't have any problem with my brother. his husband. That's normal, that's right. He lifted his head again, but his heart still felt unsettled. Jungkook thinking, then why did it hurt Taehyung's solo heart feeling and unfamiliar in his chest? Taehyung internally, I love Minho, he is my husband, he is the person I should feel happiest with, but then why did it feel like he had done something wrong? Taehyung whispering to himself, what is this feeling? Jungkook and Taehyung sat in silent, lost in their own thoughts, their hearts heavy. Then before neither of them had answered, but one thing was clear, something had changed, and neither of them knew what to do about it. For the next few days, Jungkook and Taehyung silently avoided each other. Taehyung was completely occupied with Minho, who had suddenly started paying more attention to him. Taehyung found a comfort in that fact that Minho was finally treated him as he used to. Jungkook, on the other hand, finding himself in work, he spent most of the time at hardly coming home. Once evening, Minho and Jungkook finally had a moment to sit together. Minho concerned, Jungkook, why are you working so hard these days? You barely take any rest and you hardly come home. Is everything okay, brother? Jungkook forced a small smile. Jungkook, yes bro, I've just been working on some new recipe. I need to make some change to the menu. Minho nodding, oh that's great, but don't overwork yourself. Taehyung entered the room carrying a tray with tea for both of them. Minho teasingly, oh look at my sweet heart, bring tea like the perfect husband. Before Taehyung could even react, Minho pulled him into his and wrapped his arms around him. Minho, thank you, baby. Taehyung stiffing for a moment, but quickly forced a smile. Jungkook, who was just about to take a sip of his tea, turned his head away. He didn't know how to act around Taehyung anymore. The distance between them felt strange, yet neither of them had tried to manage it. Luckily, his phone rang, breaking the awkward moment. Jungkook answering, hello, yes, Roman. What, really? Okay, I won't go to work today. Hearing these words, Taehyung felt an odd sensation in his chest. He didn't understand why. Seizing the opportunity, he finally spoke to Jungkook after a day of silence. Taehyung curious, what happened, Jungkook? Jungkook glanced at Taehyung for a brief moment before answering. Jungkook, Sumin is coming. She told me to take a day off. Minho, exactly. Wow, that's great news. So she finally coming to finalize your wedding plan? That's amazing, brother. You should get married soon. Jungkook gave a small laugh, nodding. Jungkook, you're sure, brother? Minho, I'll come home early today. Let's have dinner together to celebrate. Jungkook, alright, sound good. Jungkook quickly got up and left, needing something to his mind. A few minutes later, Minho also left for work. Taehyung entered the room where all the curtains, sheets, and cover were stored. He leaned against the wall, deep in thought. Taehyung thinking, thank goodness we finally talk. I really felt uncomfortable not talking to Jungkook. It was so strange, like something was missing. Meanwhile, Jungkook was also lost in his thought as he walked down the hallway. Jungkook thinking, maybe I was just overthinking everything about them. It's been a long time since I had any romance in my life. Maybe seeing my brother with my partner made me feel lonely. That must be why I got confused. I love so means he is coming today. Just as he was lost in thought, bang, both Jungkook and Taehyung crashed into each other, sending them straight to the floor. A pile of curtains, sheets, and cover fell down, covering them completely. Taehyung groaned, where were you looking, Jungkook? What were you thinking about? How could you not see me coming? Jungkook frustrated. You also didn't notice me, Taehyung, and didn't just don't just blame me. They both struggle under the soft but heavy seats. Just then the doorbell rang. They tried to sit up but couldn't move properly under the weight of the covers. Taehyung and Jungkook, help me, I am stuck under all this. Jungkook touched his heart, Taehyung struggling. Jungkook, you look like a little bundle trapped in all these seeds. He leaned in a bang, removed the seeds one by one from Taehyung's face. As he did, his eyes looked into Taehyung's. I remembered everything. Fell silent. Taehyung's soft feature, his light messy hair, and those deep brown eyes. Jungkook found himself unable to look away. His hand hesitated as he pulled away the last seat. Realized their position. Taehyung had speed up. Taehyung whispering, Jungkook, let me get up before Jungkook could react. Someone curious, what are you guys doing on the floor? Jungkook immediately jumped back, standing up in a hurry. Jungkook nervously, nothing. Taehyung fell and I was just helping him. Someone crossed her arms and raised an eyebrow. Someone teasingly helping him, but you were just staring at him. Jungkook, go and actually help him. He is still stuck under those curtains. Jungkook quickly turned around, flat as he raised out his head, helping Taehyung stand up. Taehyung dusted himself off, fixing his clothes before turning to Somin with a small smile. Taehyung, hello Somin, how have you been? Somin greeted. Somin, Taehyung, we are meeting after such a long time. I am good. How about you? Taehyung nodding. I'm fine too. It's really been a long time. Somin playfully, oh come on, don't be so formal, just call me Somin. After exchanging a few more words, Somin and Jungkook walked off together while Jungkook stood in place, still feeling the warmth from Jungkook's touch. Jungkook carefully prepared dinner, making sure everything was perfect. They all decided to wait for Minho before starting. Minho finally arrived for work, looking exhausted. He went straight to his room to change. Minho calling out, I'll be there a few minutes. Minho impatiently, Taehyung, go and call them. I'm really hungry. They ignored him. Yeah, sure. They just went to their room. I'll get them. Taehyung walked towards Jungkook's room. The door was slightly open and in his hurry he forgot to knock. Taehyung paused the door. Jungkook, let's go for dinner. Before he could finish his sentence, Somin sighed in frustration. Somin irritated, let's just go and eat. I'm really hungry. Jungkook glanced at Taehyung, sensing something was up, but he didn't say anything. They all made their way to the dinner table. As they sat down, Somin Minho grinned. So Somin, how long are you staying this time? I think you should finally make my little brother here. Just get married already. Somin smiled. Yes, I am thinking the same. Minho loves Taehyung so much. I also want Jungkook to love me like that. Jungkook paused for a moment. His eyes shifted towards Taehyung, who had suddenly gone quiet. He noticed something in Taehyung's eyes. Was it sadness, pain? After dinner, Taehyung followed Minho in their room. He watched as Minho changed into his nightclothes without thinking. Taehyung walked up to him and wrapped his arms around Minho's waist. Taehyung softly, Minho, I miss you. Minho sighed, rubbing his forehead. Minho tightly, Taehyung, I'm really tired. I have to leave early in the morning. Please don't. Taehyung tightened his grip. Taehyung hurt. Minho, what is the problem? Why don't you give me time anymore? I just want to be close to you. I miss you, Minho. Minho took a deep breath and gently pushed Taehyung away. Minno family, Tehang, please, I'm tired. Do you understand? Tehang frozen, looking at Minno in disbelief. Something inside him said that Tehang whispering, how could you Minno? His voice was weak, almost breaking. Without another word, he turned and left the room, his eyes filled with unshed tears. Tehang thinking, what have I done to deserve this? Why Minno? I don't understand. Something you love me and something it feels like you hate me. What I am supposed to do? His heart heavy. Tehang walked immediately toward the stairs until he reached an underground bar. He sat down in a dark corner, wiping his tears. Tehang to himself, I don't want to think anymore. I just drink until I forget everything. He grabbed a glass of whiskey and took a deep sip, feeling the straight. His hands were shaking and his vision blurred with tears. Meanwhile, Jungkook had gone to get a bottle of himself and Somin and noticed Tehang sitting alone in the bar. Jungkook had clenched at the sight, Tehang drinking alone, his eyes red and filled with pain. Jungkook walked up to him. Jungkook concerned Tehang, what are you doing here? Tehang looked at his eyes slowly, his expression darkened and Tehang angrily leave me alone, Jungkook, just go. Jungkook didn't move. He saw that anger, it was just a mask hiding his sadness, but Tehang turned his head away, refused to look at Jungkook. Tehang softly, please just go. Jungkook clenched his feet, hesitating. He wanted to stay. He wanted to ask what's wrong, but looking at Tehang's broke expression, he realized that Tehang was not ready to talk. So, with a heavy heart, Jungkook took a step back, watching Tehang drown his sorrow in another drink. Jungkook returned to his room with the wine, but his mind was still stuck on Tehang. Jungkook thinking, why was he crying? He looked so sad. What happened? He shook his head, tried to push away the thought. Just then Somin wrapped his arms around his neck. Somin pointing, what are you thinking about? Just ignore everything else and concentrate on me. She leaned closer, resting her hand on his shoulder. Somin softly, Jungkook, I miss you and I have so many things to tell you. Jungkook's hand placed a hand on her back. Jungkook gently, I miss you too, Somin. He knew he had been distant before he had even pushed her away, making her feel unwanted. He didn't want to be that person anymore. Jungkook serious tone, I promise I'll make it up to you. I won't push you away again. I'll spend more time with you. Somin faced Lily up and she playfully nudged him. Somin smiling, you better keep that promise, Mr. Chief. They decided to drink together since the night was cold. They sat near the hearth, sipping their wine, talking about everything, her trip, his work, their memories. Slowly, Somin started feeling sleepy. She rested her head on Jungkook's arms. Jungkook looked at her peacefully face and smiled a little. Jungkook said, good night, Somin. Carefully, he lifted her and placed her on the bed. He covered her with a blanket and turned to leave, within her son outside. Curious, he stepped out of the room. He saw his brother Minno dressed in a suit, rolling his suitcase towards the door. Jungkook confused, brother, where are you going at 3 a.m.? Minno turned to face Minno calmly. Jungkook, I have a flight 5 a.m. I'm going to France for business meeting. He checked his watch and said, Minno, I don't mean to wake you up. Go back to sleep. Jungkook shook his head. Jungkook, no, it's okay, bro. Have a safe journey. Minno gave a small nod and turned to leave, but then he stopped and looked back. Minno seriously, Jungkook, can you check on Tehang? Tehang had Jungkook had escaped a bit. Jungkook wondered, Tehang, why? Where is he? Minno unraveled his temper. Minno frustrated. We had a small fight earlier. I don't know where is he went. I don't have time for his childish behavior right now. I need to leave. Jungkook thinking of fight. That's why Tehang was drinking alone. Minno continued. Minno, please take care of him. my absence and take him to a film practice too. He need to focus on work. Jungkook felt his hand clench into fist. Jungkook thinking Taehyung is not a child. He was clearly hurting and you just left him alone, but he didn't say anything. Instead, he focused a small smile. Jungkook nodded. Yeah, don't worry, I'll take care of him. Minho gave a thumbs up and hurried outside of the car. Jungkook watched as his brother left. The moment Minho's car disappeared down the road, his expression changed. Jungkook panicked. Taehyung is still at the bar. He checked the time. Jungkook thinking he doesn't have a habit of drinking. What if something happened to him? Why is he doing this to himself? Without wasting another second, Jungkook grabbed his coat and ran towards the bar.